Good morning, class. How are you, everyone? Great, that's nice to hear. It's already 8 a.m., so I guess we're all fixed and maybe we could now start. So, Jane, please lead to us the prayer. Amen. Thank you for that, Jane. So, again, good morning. I'll check your attendance first. So, when I call your name, kindly open your webcam and say present. Hannah, present. Clarice, present. And Chris Bell. Present. Very good. You're all present today. Give yourselves a virtual clap. Thank you. So today is another day to learn another lesson. Are you all ready for that, class? Yes, of course you should. But before that, let me read first our general rules for this class. So our first rule is please open your webcam in our whole class duration in order for your teacher to see that you're into the class discussion. Second is kindly mute your mic when you are not speaking to avoid unnecessary audios. And third is click the raise your hand icon in our Zoom meeting when you want to talk and be recognized. And fourth is listen and participate to the class actively. And fifth is be kind to anyone at all times. And our sixth and last rule is, of course, learn and enjoy in our class discussion. Now, can anyone tell us what was our lesson last meeting and what did you learn from it? You may raise your hand if you want to talk, class. Yes, Mark, you are recognized. Yes, that's right. Thank you for that, Mark. Last meeting, we discussed about the interaction among living things, and yes, Mark is right that each kind of environment is made up of biotic or living things and abiotic, which is the non-living things components that interact and depend on one another in different ways. Okay, Lisa is raising her hand. Yes, you are recognized, Lisa. That's right. Thank you for that, Lisa. Yes, such interactions among living things and their environment enable them to live in units called ecosystems. By the way, to anyone who want to answer pa class, you can type it here in a chat box so that I can still read it. So I've prepared a game for all of you, class. You are going to rearrange the scramble words I am going to share in the screen. Then type your answer, class, in our chat box. Whoever can type the correct answer will get a point. Is that clear, class? Good. Now please send me give me please a thumbs up if you're all ready. So very good. We're all ready, so let's start. Our first word is this one. Just type it on our chat box. Okay, Mark got the first word. And our first word is, yes, correct. It is interaction. Now, for the second word is this one. Very good. Anna got the word. This word is beneficial. The third word is this one. Very good. Rosie got the correct answer. And our third word is, yes, relationship. The fourth word is this one. Very good. Jenny got the correct answer. The fourth word is mutualism. This is our last word. Very good. Mikey got the correct word. This word is commensalism. You did a great job, class. You easily rearrange and recognize each words. Now, can anyone guess what's our lesson for today? Very good. Our today's lesson is about the beneficial interactions among living things. And here's our learning objectives for today. Our first learning objective is you will be able to describe some types of beneficial interactions among living things. And the second one is you will be able to identify some types of beneficial interactions among living things. And the third one is you will be able to appreciate the importance of beneficial interactions among living things. So, as this moment, let's have a group activity naman. So, you are all 30 today and I will group you into two. So, each group will have 15 members. I will put you in a breakout rooms accordingly. So, listen very carefully, everyone. Here's what you are going to do. Each group will be given a task where you will collaboratively discuss within 5 minutes and come up with a group's answer and present it to the class. You will be automatically moved into your breakout room once I'll start your time, and will also automatically move out and back in the main session when 5 minutes is done. There will be a 60 seconds remaining time reminder to your room so that you can finalize your discussion. So for group 1's task is this one. Describe and analyze the interaction between the butterfly and flower within 5 minutes. Come up with your group's answer and choose one presenter to share your discussion after you are all back from the breakout rooms. And for the group 2's task is this one. Describe and analyze the interaction between the orchid and tree. Within 5 minutes, come up with your group's answer and choose one presenter to share your discussion after you are all back from the breakout rooms. So, is instruction clear to everyone? Very good. So your 5 minutes starts now. Okay, 5 minutes is over and you are all back here in our main session. Now, may I know who's the group 1 presenter? Okay, Jenny. Jenny will be the one to present the analysis of her group. You can now begin, Jenny. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny, and for the rest of your group. Class, let's give them a virtual clap. Thank you. Now, the group 2's presenter is okay, Kai. Kai, you can now begin. Very good. Thank you for that, Kai, and for the rest of your group. You did a great job. Let's give them also a virtual clap. Thank you. Well done, everyone. Your description and analysis were all correct. Both pictures shows interaction relationships between two living organisms. The relationship between two living things may be good or beneficial to both of them. In some cases, the relationship between two living things may only be beneficial to one while the other is not affected. So, there are of two types of interactions among living things: the mutualism and commensalism. The first type is mutualism. It is a type of interaction where both organisms benefit from the relationship. The group 1's task is an example of mutualism interactions because, yes, their analysis is correct. The butterfly sips nectar to the flower. And as it does this, the pollen grains of the flower stick to its legs. When the butterfly transfers to another flower, the pollens will be transferred to other flowers also. So, they benefited from this relationship. The butterfly now has a supply of food while the flower can now reproduce. The second example is the digestive bacteria and humans. Inside our bodies is what we call good bacteria, which aids in digesting the food we take. There are foods that are not entirely digested, so the bacteria feeds on what's left of the food. The human body will have a good digestion while the bacteria will eat what's left of the food that we take. So the third example is the spider crab and algae. The spider crab spends their time in view of the shallowest areas of the sea. The algae, which is the green one, in the back of the back of the spider crab serves as the camouflage to hide the crabs from the predators. So how they benefited from each other? The algae on their backs serves as the camouflage for the spider crab to hide from the predators. Meanwhile, the algae will be able to live and grow in the surface of the back of the spider crab. So now to the second type is the commensalism. It is a type of interaction where one organism benefits while the other is not benefited or harmed. The assigned task for the group 2 earlier was an example of commensalism. The orchids are plants that grow on other plants, considered epiphytes. Orchids do not damage the trees they grow in, but the only one who benefits from this relationship is correct the orchid, because the orchids are be able to live and grow from the tree, but the tree doesn't benefit from its presence, and it didn't also affect the the second one is gubby fish. Gubby fish who live on other sea animals. The gubby fish has the ability to change color to blend in with the host or with the other sea animals. Thus, it gain protection from the predators. The organism who benefits from this relationship is the very good, only the gubby fish. Now, the third example is a burdock plant to an animal fur. The burdock plant, this spiny color, black or brown color, burdock plant produces spiny seeds that cling to the fur of animals. The plants rely on this method to have a seed dispersal for reproduction, while the animals are unaffected. So the only one who benefited from this relationship is the burdock plant, who will have the ability to reproduce. Meanwhile, the animal doesn't have any benefit from this relationship, but the animal also didn't affected. So class, that's it. There are mutualism and commensalism interaction. So do you have any clarification or questions regarding our lesson? If none, then I will ask you a lesson. I will ask you a question then. So, how can you describe the interactions or relationships among living things? Just please raise your hand. Yes, Jake? Very good. There are interactions where both species benefit from the relationship, and this is what we call the mutualism. And there are also interactions where one species benefits but the other is neither harmed or affected, and this is what we call commensalism. Now, why is this relationship important? Yes, John, you are recognized. Very good. Thank you for that, John. These interactions are beneficial or important for organisms, enable for them to live and grow. In short, this is important for survival. So can anyone give me examples of relationship interactions? I'll give you 2 minutes to look around your surrounding and observe. observe in your environment, in your home, in your house, in your outside of your home. And give me example of interaction relationship of organisms. Okay, your time starts now. Okay. Okay, class, 2 minutes is over. So, can anyone share share their observations? Yes. Um, Matthew is raising her hand. Yes, Matthew, you are recognized. Very good. That's a great observation. Okay, Mark is right. A bird's nest and a tree. The tree helps the bird to build nest on it. And does a bird also help the tree? Right? No. The tree didn't benefited from the bird's nest, but the tree wasn't harmed of its presence. Thus, how can you describe this kind of relationship? Very good. One organism benefits from the other, which is the bird to the tree, while the other organism was neither harmed nor affected, which is the tree to the bird's nest. And this is what we called right commensalism interaction. And what was the importance of this relationship? Yes, in order for the bird to give her eggs a home and for them to live and grow. Now, another example. Yes, Kenneth, you recognize? Very good. Excellent. That's a great observation and great example. Yes, the plants and humans. The plants provide food and oxygen to us humans. And what do we give to the plants? Yes, a carbon dioxide, which is a plant's needs. So how do we describe this kind of interaction? Very good. Plants and humans benefit from each other, and this is what we called correct, a mutualism interaction. Thus, our relationship to the plant is important. Yes, because we help plants to grow by providing them carbon dioxide, and also the plants provide our food and oxygen for our daily living and survival. What will be our life without food and oxygen, right? Yes, for sure there will be no more life in this earth. That's why this relationship interaction among living things are really important. So I guess everyone really grasped our lesson for today. So please give me a thumbs up if you understand our lesson. Very good. So we're all good to go. So at this moment, let's have our assessment. And this assessment is we will play a game. We will play a game in the quizzes. I know everyone has a quizzes account. So I already shared the link of this game in our chat box. So listen first, class. This game is you will identify the image whether it is a mutualism or commensalism interaction. You have 10 seconds to identify each item, and there are 10 items in all. So you can now is it clear, everyone? Okay, very good. Give me a heart if you understand our instruction. So you can now start. Very good. Almost got the perfect score. But Mikey topped this game. Very good. Let's give him a virtual clap. Okay. So let's review our assessment. Yes, you saw a bee and a flower, right? The bee feeds on the nectar of the flower, and the flower gets pollinated when the bee transfers from one flower to other flower. So this relationship is, yes, you answered, very good, mutualism. The second one is monkeys on a tree. What did you answer in this? Very good. You answered commensalism because the monkeys used the tree as their stay place while the tree didn't benefit from the presence of those monkeys. So the only benefited from this relationship is the monkeys. Very good. The third one is the cattle, egrets, and a cattle. So you answered this as, yes, very good, commensalism, because cattle egrets eat the insects stirred up by cattle when they are grazing. The cattle are unaffected, while the birds gain food. That's why it is a commensalism interaction. Now, the ox pickers and zebras. So, many got the wrong answer in this. Yes, you answered mutualism because the oxpecker avian lives on the zebra and eats all the bugs and parasites residing on the zebra. At the same time, whenever there is danger to the zebra, the bird flies high to alert other animals to a predator. That's why it became mutualism because they both benefited from this relationship. So, next one is the sea anemones and clownfish. Yes, it is a mutualism interaction because a clownfish are usually found living on the tentacles of a sea anemone, which stings almost all other fishes. The clownfish has a mucus on the skin which protects itself from the sting and protects the anemones from the butterfly fish. At the same time, the anemone serves as a safe place for the clownfish. That's why it became a mutualism interaction. And the next one is, yes, just like the example of Jake earlier, a bird's nest on a tree. It is a commensalism because the bird uses the tree to build nest and the tree didn't benefit from it but neither harmed nor affected. The next one is the gubby fish live on other sea animals. Yes, just like my example earlier, the gubby fish has the ability to change color to blend it with the host, thus gaining protection from predators, which is a commensalism interaction. The next one is ants and fungus. Ants make fungus from the leaves and their feces. When the fungus grows, the ant eats them in order to live. That's why it became mutualism interaction because they both benefited from each other. The next one is the protozoa and termites. Yes, this is our protozoa and termites class. Yes, this is a mutualism interaction because the protozoa serves as the termites' digestive bacteria, which aids them to digest food that they eat. That's why it became mutualism interaction. And the last one is a tree frog on a plant. Yes, this is a commensalism interaction because the tree frog used the plants as protection. However, the plant didn't benefit from this relationship. That's why it is a commensalism interaction. Very good, everyone. You did a great job. You did a great job playing this game. You really grasped our lesson. So, right now, I will give you an assignment. This is your assignment for today. On a short bond paper, draw a pair of organisms in one paragraph and describe the type of interaction that exists between them and tell why the type of interaction is beneficial. Then take a photo of your output and submit it in our Google Classroom. Get it, class? Yes, this assignment will need to be passed on June 7, 2021, this coming Wednesday. Yes. Yes, class. So that's it, class. Thank you for coming for our synchronous meeting today. See you on the next meeting. I hope you really learn from our lesson. See you in the next meeting, class. Goodbye.